here again with another UFC predictions video as we have UFC 298 taking place on Saturday, February 17th. Just going to give my predictions for the main card, and remember, as always, that the card is subject to change. Before I give my predictions, just a few things. If you're a fan of the UFC and you like prediction videos and reaction videos, and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, do me a favor and Hulk smash the like button. It does help out the channel. Share this video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on my predictions and any predictions on your own, whether it be this card or future cards like that crazy card for UFC 299 and what we have so far of UFC 300. And if Dana White doesn't announce that goddamn main event, oil his ass up. And remember, I react to fights too, so if you want to check out my fight reactions, I have a playlist, or come back to the channel about an hour after the card's over with. I'll be giving my reaction to each fight on the main card, and remember, the fights get changed, barring people pulling out, so make sure you come back to the channel. And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, and show your damn support, and be a part of something special. So let's kick things off on the main card. In the middleweight division, we have Roman Kopylov versus Anthony Hernandez. This is a fun fight, actually. I really like Kopylov. He had that crazy head kick knockout a few fights ago that was like a highlight reel knockout. I'm surprised the guy wasn't dead after it happened. And then Anthony Hernandez is just, he's going to take you down. He's going to grapple you. He's going to look for submissions. He's going to do some ground and pound. He's going to do some knees. But he also can strike too. But he's probably going to take down Kopylov. Now, Kopylov and him have the same opponent in Josh Frem. And Kopylov was really good at stopping his takedowns. But I think there's a big difference between Hernandez and Frem. Kopylov did finish him quicker, but I ultimately am going to go with Anthony Hernandez to win this fight. I just think the takedowns are going to be too much and too relentless, and it's going to gas Kopylov off, but he does have really good precision striking, so it wouldn't surprise me that he knocks out Hernandez, although I don't think it's going to happen. So I am picking Anthony Hernandez to win this fight. But hey, if Kopylov wins, yay, because I think he's really good. I just think his skills haven't developed from what I know. But hey, what do I know? Next up in the UFC bantamweight division, we have Henry Cejudo, Triple C versus Merab Dvalishvili. I want Henry Cejudo to win this fight. I mean, he's known for his amateur wrestling, but he doesn't really do much wrestling in the UFC compared. He likes to kind of stand sometimes. Merab Dvalishvili is going to try to take you down, put you up against the cage, take you down, take you down, take you down. And it's not exciting, but it works for Merab. He is good. He didn't want to fight Aljamain Sterling because they're friends, so he's waited and waited and waited, and now most likely the winner of this fight probably will be in consideration for a title shot against either Sean O'Malley or Chito Vera, whoever comes out on top in that fight for the next card, which is a crazy card so far. So I'm ultimately going to pick Merab Dvalishvili to win this fight, even though I want Triple C to win. I just think that Merab is poised to win. Although Cejudo has more power than Merab, and he could land something, but I just think Merab is going to be too relentless, and even Triple C won't be able to stop those takedowns. But I could be completely wrong, but I am going with Merab. This is actually a hard fight card to predict, because anything can happen. And then next up in the welterweight division, we have Jeff Neal and Ian Machado Gary. Now, Jeff Neal, his last fight was a fun fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov. Really fun fight. I liked it a lot. Fight of the night, and I believe that was at UFC 285 where John Jones beat Cyril Gane. Had to give a John Jones plug there. And Jeff Neal looked good. He did get finished by a choke, or no, it was some kind of submission. I can't remember exactly what it was, but and then you have Ian Machado Gary that has made more noise outside the octagon, especially as of late. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Ian Machado Gary now. I don't really listen to any of the stuff that's going on outside the octagon with him. He isn't that newsworthy to me yet, where if I hear something them talking about Ian Machado Gary, I kind of just skip past it. But I like what I see from him in the octagon thus far. Is the guy a prick? Probably, but look what this guy did to the welterweight gatekeeper in Neil Magny. I mean, his first 3 out of 4 kicks knocked Neil Magny down, and he straight up dominated Neil Magny. Okay, yeah, he had his hands over the cage. Okay, he was still dominating him regardless of what that was. But I ultimately think that Ian Machado Gary is going to finish and beat Jeff Neal, or he will win the fight, I think. Probably will be a fun fight like this, and the Roman Kopylov versus Anthony Hernandez should be a fun fight. Cejudo and Dallas Fili is going to be a stylistic, chess match in my opinion, but I am picking Ian Machado Gary to win this fight and beat Jeff Neal. And next in our co-main event of the evening, in the middleweight division, we have Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa. This should be a fun fight. I don't really know who's going to win. I'm skeptical for each fighter. Robert Whittaker's last fight was against Dricus du Plessis, who is now the middleweight champion of the world. And Robert Whittaker got beat by du Plessis. And then of course, you have, if this fight actually happens, I must say, Paulo Costa, who fought last against Luke Rockhold in a fun fight. But Rockhold was tagging Paulo Costa as well. But Costa also showed me some good takedowns and some good, control time on the ground, which I didn't expect to see from Paulo Costa. So there's that. Robert Whittaker is, of course, one of the GOATs in the middleweight division. He's really solid and really good. If he's going to get a takedown on Costa, I want him to control him and do some damage on the ground, because I see Robert Whittaker get takedowns, and then the guy literally gets back up. Hence in point the last Israel Adesanya fight. So I am going to pick Robert Whittaker to win this fight. I do think Paulo Costa has a chance to win this fight, especially if he's motivated, if he shows up, that is, because he likes to pull out of fights. So we'll see what happens, but I am going with Robert Whittaker to win, but I want Paulo Costa to win, actually. And then another tough fight to call in our main event of the evening for the UFC Featherweight Championship. You have the champion Alexander Volkanovski versus the challenger Ilia Topuria. Some people say it differently. Topuria is a monster. He's really good. He's more boxing based. Volkanovski's got his work cut out for him in this fight. Volkanovski is first going to have to leg kick the shit out of him and really be tactical and try to stay away from him with that, so he can kind of mess up that boxing stance. This fight card is a hard one to call. I mean, I'm probably the most confident about Ian Machado Gary beating Jeff Neal, but even that fight, it's too close to call. But I think Gary will win just because he's, he has a lot of good skills in the octagon that he hasn't even shown yet. But Volkanovski's been a badass champion. I mean, he has a couple losses to Islam Makhachev as of late, but those were in the lightweight division. He showed a lot against Yair Rodriguez. Even Yair Rodriguez, this ultimate crazy striker, wasn't a match for Alexander Volkanovski. And Topuria, he beat Bryce Mitchell, and he beat Josh Emmett in a really fun fight, but he really damaged Josh Emmett, even though Josh Emmett was still trying to win the fight at the end with some haymakers. And he did connect on Topuria a few times. So Topuria definitely has a chin, and he's undefeated. I don't know. Volkanovski, he's a lot older. He's 35. Topuria is 27 years old. I got to go with it. I'm going with the new champion, Topuria, to beat Volkanovski. I think the lightweight division needs some new contenders, and I think Volkanovski goes up to the lightweight division, and Topuria is the champion of the featherweight division. So I don't know. Again, my opinion and predictions can change, and if they do change, I will write something in the comment section about that, because I'm really 50-50 on some of these fights, but I think it's going to be a fun card with some fun fights, and I'll be, again, reacting to all these fights on the main card, and remember that the card could potentially change, and it is subject to change. So let me know what you think. Of course, again, I'll repeat it. If you're a fan of the UFC and you like prediction videos and reaction videos and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please don't forget to Hulk smash the like button. It does help out quite a bit. Share this video with a friend that you know that likes the UFC. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are. My predictions, your predictions, any future fight predictions. any future fights that you want to see. What will be the main event of UFC 300? Will Dana White ever announce it? It'll be the day before UFC 300 and he won't announce it yet. So oil that motherfucker up. And then, of course, remember I react to fights as well. So I'll put my reactions here in a second. Don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, be a part of something special. You never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.